Drink water and mind my business. Mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. Hey everyone, welcome to this week's episode of Tea Time with Tea. Um, I know people are wondering why we didn't have an episode the previous week, but it was Easter weekend and we were observing the crucifixion and the resurrection of Christ. I know that on Easter weekend, it's a time that most people do go to church, so I was just respectful of that and letting everyone just have their time. But then we're back this week and let's do this episode. Let me show you what I'm having for this week. It's called Orange Spice. I chose this one because it's about to get spicy today. We're talking about relationships. Yeah. I know everybody's thinking, relationships, come on. What can you tell us about relationships? You not being in one. As you saw with the previous one, I might not be the ideal person to be speaking about it, but then I can give you insight on what I do know about it. So let's do it. So we're gonna be diving into all the ships: relationships, friendships, internships, sonship. If you're wondering what sonship is, it's a biblical term that is used for people that have been accepted into the family of God. When God accepts you as his child, you become part of a tribe called sonship, right? Okay, so our Bible verse for today we have two. The first one is 2 Corinthians 6:14, and it says, "Do not be unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship has righteousness with lawlessness? And what communion has light with darkness? And what communion has light with darkness?" Then the second Bible verse is Proverbs 13:20. It says, "Walk with the wise and become wise, for a companion of fools suffers harm." That is deep. So, speaking on these Bible verses, I believe this encourages and teaches that we cannot walk with people that we are not of the same mindset. We are not of the same cloth per se. Not necessarily backgrounds, but then that also does play a role in this, I feel like, because um, when people of different backgrounds do things together, some people might feel pressure and be doing things that they're not supposed to because they're trying to keep up or they're trying to be like the people that they're walking with. And it says the wise walk with the wise and become wise. So you also need to observe the kind of people that you walk with. You need to pay attention to the people that are around you. um, when you are choosing your friends, you gotta ensure that you're choosing friends that make you better. You're choosing friends that push you to become more. You're choosing friends that encourage you to go beyond what you think you can, and that motivate you to just be a greater person, right? So, in this week, I thought, let me get a few questions and I will respond to these questions. I want to ask the questions, tell you what the questions are, and then just respond to them. Mm, that tea is good. I let the tea bag sleep in there for like 5 minutes, and it's really bringing out the flavor of the tea bag. But anyway, I'm back to our tea for this week. First question says, what does being equally yoked look like in friendships and romantic relationships? Um, okay, so I think being evenly yoked in friendships and relationships can be basically the same thing. It is two people that share similar values, two people that share similar mindsets. Um, what it looks like is it looks like peace. It looks like us understanding one another, and it looks like less conflict, I would say. um, I think also it is also encouraging one another and never just pressing each other down, if that makes sense. Like, you will know that you're not equally yoked if there's a person that's constantly looking down at you or talking down at you or trying to dim your light. That's how you know that you're not evenly yoked. You're not even supposed to be walking together, because sometimes we just feel like we are friends. We feel like we are lovers, but then when you look at it, it's like another person tries to take authority over the other person, and that's not how it's supposed to be. We need to be equally yoked. We're going to speak on other things later in the season, but then right now let's speak on friendships, where everything is supposed to start. You cannot jump to relationships without having the base of friendship, right? So also, for you to be able to see that you're not evenly yoked is um, when you do activities that don't really go together. Your friend might indulge in activities of always being out and having fun, and you always in the church. That's being unevenly yoked. If you invite your friend to the church, they don't come to the church. And if they invite you out, you never go out. You guys are unevenly yoked. You're not interested in the same things. So basically, something's gonna give. One is gonna cave into the other. So you need to watch out for that. Is it an environment that you want to be in? The environment that they hanging out at? You know. Question number 2 is, why is spiritual harmony important in forming strong, God honoring relationship? Spiritual harmony. Ooh. Um, Spiritual harmony is important because at the end of the day, we all are looking for peace. And when we don't have spiritual harmony, which I think spiritual harmony is also peace, if we don't have that, everything feels all over the place. We feel so confused with how everything is working out, and that causes constant frustration, and it causes tension in relationships, it causes tension in friendships. Um, but then if the spiritual harmony, like, it strengthens the relationship, but it also strengthens our faith. And that helps when we do Bible studies together, when we pray together, when we go to church together, when we go on dates. Friends can go on dates, um, couples can go on dates. When we go out and share common interests and do things together that we both like, that not one party is forced into and the other party is just like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go because, so we gotta be careful and attentive with that. Third question, how can youth discern if a relationship is helping or hindering their spiritual growth? Oh, this is an important one. And I've been through this one because I've been to church and I felt like I was stagnant in my faith. I said, I'm not growing in church as I'm supposed to. But instead of growing, I'm just here trying to dress properly, um, walk properly, speak properly. But then inside, eternally, I was not being shaped. I was just in the same place. So for you to discern that is, firstly, you have to want a relationship with God. You have to understand that something is lacking, something is missing. Um, you have to feel that your prayers, like, what are you saying in your prayers? Are you always complaining? Are you always just asking? That's how you discern if you lacking spiritual growth. So I also think that um to discern if a relationship is helping or hindering spiritual growth, um if that friendship or relationship pulls you away from things that you were committed to or things you would like to be committed to in your walk with Christ, like going to youth services, staying behind the church and helping in church. If there's always someone or something that's pulling you and say, no, you don't have to pack the chairs of the church. You don't have to serve in the church. You don't have to help in the community. That is hindering you from your growth, your spiritual growth. It's hindering you from serving in the church. It's hindering you from serving in general because we are all called to servanthood. And if you have someone or something that is always encouraging you to be in your word, to pray constantly, to just be um, doing things that serve in the church, then um, that can uplift your faith, that can make you better in your walk with Christ. So, to see if something's helping or hindering you, is it bringing you closer or is it pulling you further? Is it encouraging you to do the things that you're supposed to do, or is it helping you make excuses to not do them? Is it holding you accountable, or is it applauding you for finally skipping a church service and not being the ideal Christian of going to church every Sunday? These are the things to think about. Um, okay, next question. Um, one more sip. Um, how do the people we surround ourselves with shape our character and decisions? Um, when I was growing up, my mom and my grandmother used to always tell me to be careful who I walk with. And I never understood this. And they're like, the more you surround yourself with people that do certain things, you're gonna be like those people. And I was like, but no, I'm my own person. I'm not gonna fall for the things that they're doing. It's not things that I'm interested in. And the question that will always arise after that is like, so what do you have in common if you do not want to do what they're doing? What are you together for? I'm just like, the friendship is nice, the conversations are nice. They're like, but the walk is not the same. I was like, okay, I hear that. So I think the people that we surround ourselves with do shape our characters and they do shape our decisions, because if something is constantly whispering in your ear or you're constantly in conversations about certain things, you become inquisitive, or you become what's the word, you become curious. That's the word. You become curious as to what are they talking about? How is that? How can I experience that? How's the feeling? And then all of those things that you'll be questioning yourself, they pull you in to that space that you said you're not going to go into because it's not your thing. You know, you really have to have a strong will and a strong character for those type of scenarios to not affect you. But then the people that you surround yourself with do affect your decisions through how they make you feel, or how much you value them, or make them feel like they validate you. So if you value the opinion of others and you want um to be seen and liked, and you always chasing popularity and you're a people pleaser, then the people that you surround yourself with will shape your character in a way that they are, or in the way that they like to see you, or they dare you to be. That also influences your decisions because you're trying to ultimately be what they say you can't be. You challenge one another, or you conform to one another's standards. That's it. How can young people distance themselves from unhealthy influences without being judgmental? Ooh, How can young people distance themselves from unhealthy influences without being judgmental? Mm. So, first and foremost, if um, you feel like you are around people that you're not supposed to be around, lessen the time that you spend with those people. Like, move away gradually, take it easy, take it slowly. You gotta know what you want for yourself, and you gotta know what you keep around you, how it affects you and influences you. And if it's negative, you gotta move away slowly. If it's unhealthy, if it's causing you to be anxious, if it's causing you to be stressed, if it's causing you to wanna change how you are in order to please them, it's unhealthy. It's unhealthy. Just go away from it. If you feel constant pressure that you have to have money in order to maintain and upkeep certain standards and you have to work extra hard, it's unhealthy. Move away from it. Um, you need to be focused on what helps you grow as a person. You need the only person you need to compare yourself to is yourself. Compare you to you. Try to be a better version than the one you were yesterday. That's all you need to impress. That's all whom you need to impress. Don't impress no boyfriend. Don't impress no girlfriend. Don't impress no friend or anything. Just be better for yourself. Be better for you. You're the most important person in your life. You first. You first, because everything that you do, it starts from you. And you cannot help others or be there for others or be good for others if you're not good to yourself, and you cannot pour from an empty cup, unfortunately. So, how do you do this without being judgmental, though? You need to be kind and respectful. And if you're trying to move away from certain people, certain places, do it in a respectful way, do it in a way that doesn't hurt other people's feelings, do it in a humble way. And I feel like communication is key. You need to always be clear on the things that you say and set boundaries. Set boundaries. Like, we don't always have to let go of our friends, because sometimes we're the bridge that gets them to the better side. So we just have to set up clear boundaries. No, I don't go to these places. No, don't invite me if you're gonna be with so and so. If you're gonna be indulging in certain activities, I don't want to be a part of it. But say it in a nice way. It is for me, not for you. I love you and you're you, but I need you to not use certain terms. I need you not to not speak in a certain way when you are around me. That's how you set clear boundaries, and that's how you move away from those places gracefully, gradually, respectfully. What are the signs that you're becoming the fool others should avoid? First and foremost, if anything takes you out of the character that you are, that's a sign that you should move away. If you are having to make up stories, if you're having to omit some things from the truth, if you're telling lies, if you are encouraged to keep secrets and you don't want to keep secrets, um, that's you becoming a fool, because you're like, okay, now I'm just bowing down and just listening and just allowing this to happen because, oh, I gotta keep this friendship, or oh, I gotta do this and this. No, you gotta pay attention to the behaviors that you are adapting to, that you don't like, and get rid of them real quick before they become a thing. So in order to not become the fool that others should avoid, don't ever do things to impress. Like, I'm gonna keep emphasizing this. Don't try and impress. Um, don't lie. Um don't bash others. Like, don't bully. You know, you become a fool if you have to use other people to get attention from other people. If you have to um, talk bad or be bad to other people or be nasty to other people in order to just get the attention of other people. You know, there's nothing cool about bullying, there's nothing cool about using other people in order to be able to fit in. Um, and I have definitely been probably part of this. Not probably, I've definitely been a part of this. And I'm telling you that you become a fool by doing those things. You become a fool by wanting to impress. You become a fool by wanting to people please. You become a fool by um, doing bad unto others that don't deserve it. Even people that do deserve it, you shouldn't even be doing bad to those people. Just imagine how much less those that don't deserve it, right? Um, you you should definitely like have a mentor, someone you look up to, someone that is good though. Don't look up to bad people. Don't look up to people that don't know their purpose in the world yet. Because people are not bad, they just making bad decisions. So have someone you look up to, have someone that has good standards, good morals. Everybody has been through something, everybody has experienced something, and you can learn from those experiences, and then you are a step ahead because you get to skip the mistakes that they made, and you don't have to experience those same mistakes, and you just make a better life for yourself. Always have people around you that can uplift you, people around you that can set a good example, people around you that want to see you good, want to see you do good, bad. Um, my thoughts and takeaway for this episode are simple. Choose your circle wisely. Choose your circle wisely. Um, when I made the decision that I'm stopping a lot of things in my life, I said I need to let my friends know because we used to do all of these things together, go out, hang out, groove, be in the clubs, you know, not sleep, come back the next morning. And I said, guys, I'm going to be in the church on Sundays. I'm going to read my Bible in the week. I'm going to need you guys to understand that I want people around me that when I have a problem and I come to you, I don't want your advice. I want us to just pray. When I come to you, I don't want us to gossip. I want you to just maybe sometimes listen. I don't want you to go bash the person. I just want you to give sound advice. And I want us to be a circle that rolls together, that we don't just come and sit down and talk about nothing, but I want us to sit down and talk about business. I want us to sit down and talk about God. I want us to sit down and talk about school. I want us to sit down and talk about our relationships. I want us to sit down and talk about our futures, but then all positive things. So choose your circle wisely and not in a negative way, but you gotta do what's best for you, and you have to pay attention on how you do this. But then you can only help others once you've helped yourself. So, in relationships, in friendships, in internships, situationships, apprenticeships, all these ships, you have to be evenly yoked. All these ships, you have to walk with the wise. In your workplace, walk with the wise. In your relationship, walk with the wise. In your friendships, your relationships, be evenly yoked. Be with like minded people. Be with better minded people. Be around people that are going to bring you closer or going to bring you to what you want to be. Not with people that are going to pull you down. Not with people that are going to drag you along. Not with people that are going to pull away or take away so much from you that you lose your identity and you end up not knowing who you are because confusion and catastrophe has taken a place. Know what you want. And if you don't know who you are anymore or what you want anymore, it's okay to start over. But this time, start over in a better place with the one and only. He created you, created me, created all of this. Everything is impossible for us, but everything is possible with Him. So allow Him to help you in all of your decisions. The wisest man I know is God Himself. So if you want wisdom for real and God to surround you with people that are wise, go to Him first. Let me see. Thank you very much for watching this episode. I appreciate it. Please do like, share, comment, subscribe, do the most. And I'll see you on the next one. Keep good, stay well. Do some self-reflection and make sure that the decisions you take, they put you first and they're what's best for you. Don't worry about what anyone's going to think. Because at the end of the day, this journey of life, we might walk it with a lot of people, but it is actually a one-man journey. We're born alone, we die alone, ascend to heaven alone. Peace.